Hello. Hi, guys. How's everyone? On this cold night. Oh, I need to switch it to. Okay, live chat's right. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So, hopefully, we are on part 31 of Healing Wise with Susun Weed. We are talking about burdock. I posted on the Facebook group a link to a recipe on how to cook burdock root because you can eat it as a food. And I also linked it down below in the description. Let's see if this. See, that works. Okay. I guess it's working. So yeah, we are all done with like the kind of the more philosophical aspects of this book, and we're just straight on to hey Dee. He's just saw it. Thanks for posting it. Haven't read it though. Yeah, I love that website as well. So a lot of really good. Hey Pansy, how are you? Hello. My throat's all. I'm not sick. It's just like sounds like I am. It's like really dry here and cold. So you can't see Pansy? Oh no. Look who's here. Hi. The cat's here. Okay, Kitty, are you gonna come say hang out? You can't see Dee either? I don't know what's going on. Well, I can translate from you both. So that's so weird. Yeah. You know, he wants to sit behind me. Okay, bud. We'll share this really small chair. Somehow. He's usually like asleep, but okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that website, Grow Forage for let me take it. It's like it's growforagecookferment.com. So how's my job search? Did you have an interview? I did have an interview. And they said that they didn't call me for like a week, and I was kind of freaking out. So I called them, and it's kind of like it's a small company. They've got like some several. They own like all the of the. It's like they own franchises, and of there's UPS in the store. So be doing like printing, copying, shipping, and stuff like that. And they're actually like really successful stores. But anyway, it's still a really small company, and they said that they didn't have a job for me yet, but they really liked me. So they said that they were gonna, contact me in the spring. And they also didn't want to like throw me on during like the holidays. And like, so I really felt like they, so that could be like a blow off by some jobs, but like, I'm thinking maybe not because of how the interview went, the company, and also my friend works there. So yeah, so hopefully I'll contact them probably if they don't contact me, just to check up on them and see it, you know, and yeah, so yeah, that's okay. You know, I'll keep looking. There's not a lot, like, because I have like health issues and some other stuff, like thinking about going into a full-time job is there's not a lot that I think that I could do, and also like without any education. So, and I already have printing skills. My parents owned a printing shop, and so I am familiar with a lot of that stuff. And that's what they're looking for. They're also looking for like a craft person, like a crafter. They really like the fact that I have an Etsy shop and everything else, because they want someone who can relate to the crafters that come in. They want to do their printing for them so that, you know, they can concentrate on their craft. So like they can do signs and stuff like that. Although I'm doing a craft show on Saturday, and I made my own sign. So anyway, but yeah. Hopefully, I'll keep looking, but you know, I'm basically like an uneducated worker person. And I just, yeah. Be smarter than to offer printing for crafters. Oh, I didn't do it yet. It's Saturday. So this is going to be like my first craft thing in a while, and it's at my friend's store. So it's like a little indoor, she has a supplement shop. I may or may not do a video, I'm not sure. So Pansy says, cool, if you can't see her. Eugene is here, you can't see him. But he's just sitting. Let's see if I can. There he is. There he is. He's like, oh no, the camera. Oh no. It's okay. So but we'll see. Yeah, I haven't done one in years, so I bet Heather fell asleep. Sometimes she does. And I think Tangerine is no longer on, although she may be watching, because we have 3 now. So yeah, she probably did. Yeah, she's like, oh, she's like, I missed it. Wah! So she's like, really, but it's late. I was falling myself. So, okay, so we'll just jump in. So we are on page 98, and burdock root is a guardian of inner flows. Is my Christmas shopping done yet, Pansy? Is that what you're asking? No. Is yours? I don't have too many people to get stuff for, though. So. For our next book, if we did do braiding with sweetgrass, there is a free PDF, so people don't have to buy the book, which is great to read it. But I am thinking about like maybe a way to work in both Winter Sisters, and braiding with sweetgrass. But we'll see, because it would be cool to maybe flip back and forth, or like split it, you know, have like a little story time because it's a novel. I really like that idea. But anyway, that's aside. Christmas not even close starting. Had to wait for hubby's bonus, which deposits tomorrow. Nice. Well, you've got plenty of time. It's only the 5th, unless you have to like mail stuff out. Probably should get on that myself. So, he's just sitting here. I should stick it on Eugene, huh? Stick it on Eugene. Oh, you can see his ears now. Oh, here he is. Oh, I'm scratching like his chest area. He just freaking loves it. He loves it. Pansy, buy for grandkids, give daughters gift cards. Yeah, that sounds good. Everyone likes gift cards. Yeah, we have to get our nieces something. And we always ask their parents, and sometimes they respond, and sometimes they don't. So, but we're gonna ask them, see what they want. It's like, hey, what do you guys want? Because sometimes when we buy them stuff, they don't want it. So my dog loves his belly scratched. Yeah, Eugene does too, but he also likes under his chin. So. I don't know why he's sitting with me, but it's nice. He's distracting me, but it's still nice. All right. So, Burdock, he's smaller than the Eugene. Yeah, isn't he a Chihuahua, Pansy? You said your dog was a really small one, I think. Burdock energizes and organizes the lymphatic and immune system, encourages the kidneys, sweet-talks the liver, turns on the floodgates of sweat when fever rises, and helps the uterus and the wise woman to move with truth and strength in the flow of birthing. Oh yeah, yep. Okay, cool. Burdock's old reputation for being blood cleansing is more accurately described as immune strengthening. I used to envision little sweet sweeping machines moving through my blood vessels, garbling up debris. But blood cleansing is actually done by the kidneys and the liver and the immune system. By nourishing and strengthening these systems, Burdock does seem to clean the blood. Note that other blood cleansing herbs stimulate these systems. While stimulation shows fast results, it does not promote health, wholeness, holiness in the wise one way. Pansy, have signs to warn people that I have a guard tomorrow. Oh, I bet. Fierce. The little ones are the most fierce. Yes, I'm sure your dog does a good job of the guarding. I have a very Eugene's not very much of a guard cat. He'll just be like, pet me to anyone. So, yes, he's a sweetie. I like that you can see his ears. There you go, bud. There you go. See your little move. He's not mean at all. I bet. I bet he's a sweetie guy too. Yeah. So sometimes you can overstimulate your liver, and that's what she's talking about. The burdock, like dandelion, is very strong acting on the liver. That's one of them. So if you want to detox and you have things like, and you've been like an alcoholic, or you have some liver issues, you want to use something gentler like milk thistle. And I guess you could also use burdock, although I'd have to look into it more. But it sounds like that it is a slow actor, which is good. You would get sometimes, if you've got a lot of stuff, like the liver likes to collect stuff that it doesn't, if it's encounters something that it doesn't know what it is, it sort of collects it in the tissues. And I don't know, that's what I was told, like at school, is save it. And it could be like a toxin, so it's just sort of like storing up all these things that you don't need, that it should get rid of. But it has to have every copy of that magazine or whatever. I don't know. It's just, the liver just sounds so weird. When I heard that, I'm like, God, what a weird organ. Oh, thanks. The cup, yeah. It's got a unicorn on it. I got it from Etsy. Yes. I don't remember the shop name at all, but it was from, not in this country, in a different country. Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. Oh, you cooling? He's not a really loud purr. His brother's very loud. Yeah. But yeah, I love the cup. I think she's also suggesting like the best way to heal your liver and everything else is kind of the slow way, not the fast. The other cat, Pansy, I don't know. He wasn't here. I don't know where he is though. Yeah. Sleeping somewhere. Burdock is slow and steady and ready to nourish you deeply as you transform and heal. Try infusion or fresh root tincture when healing yourself or helping others with slow-growing cancers, herpes infections, chronic venereal infections, diabetes, and rheumatism. Burdock seed is known as the unfailing kidney ally, but the fresh root, infused, tinctured, or steeped overnight in wine, also soothes, nourishes, and promotes the kidneys. Try it with other wise one ways when helping those with gravel, dropsy, bladder irritation, back pain from kidney distress, nephritis, edema, and hypertension from water retention. In the liver, burdock root promotes secretions, nourishes and tonifies, moderates blood sugar swings, and tickles gallstone loose. Oh, he's off. I get my whole chair back. Long-term use of burdock root, a drop or few full of tincture, that's not a lot, 3 times a day, or a cup of infusion daily, also not a lot. Used with wise woman wisdom, stabilizes blood sugar levels in hypoglycemics and helps moderate them in diabetics. Pansy, soak in wine couldn't be good for an alcoholic. No, so you wouldn't do that one if you were an alcoholic. Yeah, he would just do you could do a tincture or the infusion. You could do a glycerin tincture without alcohol, or an infusion, which is water-based. It's a tea instead. So burdock root also then Sorry. Try burdock root also when helping those with headaches, centered in the forehead and top of the head. This area corresponds to the liver, and frightening premenstrual rages, also associated with the liver. And don't forget how much burdock and dandelion like to work together on these tough cases. So dandelion is the faster acting, stronger one. To use burdock as your ally when helping those with fevers, including childhood fevers, nervous fevers, jealous fevers, vengeful fevers, fevered imaginings, and fevers of eruptive diseases, pertussis, which is whooping cough, tonsillitis, and the flu. Brew up several fresh roots in a quart/liter of boiling water. Add 10 dropperfuls of echinacea tincture. Store in a tightly lidded jar and sip every 10 minutes or so, reheating as needed until an easy sweat is achieved. Keep well wrapped up while sweating. Sleep afterwards. There's been like a lot of sicknesses going around too. Native women in the Cherokee and another Indian tribe who I'm not going to pronounce because I'm going to butcher it, probably many others who did not reveal their knowledge to white writers, used burdock root to strengthen their wombs before and after birth, to give themselves, as well as their wombs, stamina in birth, and to nourish, even during the birth, their ability to be stable yet still flexible and available to the enormous flow of birthing energy. In England, midwives help women heal acute uterus prolapse with frequent small sips of a brew made by soaking fresh burdock root overnight in wine or hot water. So I know, like, without the without all the other stuff from the beginning of the book, we're just like talking about the herbs. I think I asked last time if anyone has cooked with burdock or tried it yet. So this is the seed. And its properties are it's a diuretic and a vulnerary. And a diuretic makes you pee. And a vulnerary, never remember what that one is. Promotes and quickens the scar-free healing of wounds. Oh, so it looks like the seeds are good for topical use. Yeah, they're also a demulcent and a relaxant. I've not, but both my kids had whooping cough last month, and I wish I would have remembered about this herb. Yeah, that sounds like it would have been very helpful. I've never had whooping cough. So I guess, is it something that you can get again, or is it like chickenpox where you don't really get it again? But for next time, yeah. Or someone else who has it. Let's see. Whooping. Most people are vaccinated for it. Oh, okay. So I was probably vaccinated for it. Okay. Yeah, because this is not something I guess it's not too common to get it these days. But even the plague is still around. So Well, it's like the flu. You can get vaccinated, but there are several strains. Okay. Plus the vaccine on my son probably wore off since he's much older, and there was a freak out at my daughter's school. Oh. Even though she was vaccinated, they said it was a different strain. Okay. Okay, so it's like the flu, so you can get it again. Well, hopefully they don't get it again, but next time, it sounds like burdock can help with that. I was looking again where it says whooping cough. I couldn't exactly find out. I remember where it said. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong spot. Oh my gosh, no wonder. Fevers. Yeah, okay. So you would brew up several fresh fruits in the boiling water, 10 drops of echinacea. Store in a tight lidded jar, sip every 10 minutes. Okay, so it's supposed to make you sweat. Well, it might be hard to find the fresh roots. Because it's not something, but a specialty store may have it. An Asian market may have it. So sweat the infection away, I guess. Yeah, I think so. That's what it sounds like. I'm not sure what the echinacea is doing, but because I heard it was effective in a different, like, you gotta take an echinacea in a different way for it to be the most effective, but maybe it's doing something. So she doesn't quite explain. Herbs are used in like many different ways. So, and everybody uses it differently. That's why it can be tricky to learn about how to use herbs. But also that's why it's cool because everybody uses them differently. And then also like you have to use them differently on what's right for one person is not right for someone else. So it's very kind of, anyway, dynamic. And that's what they talk about in I linked a podcast and I told you guys about it a couple weeks ago. And that's what they talk about in the podcast, which is really cool. Okay, so that's cool. Well, hopefully they don't get it again. So the seed, powerful kidney action is okay, I got a word I can't pronounce. Initiated by burdock seed remedies. Take care not to overdo it. All parts of burdock have a beneficial influence on the skin and hair, and burdock seed is no exception. Easier to collect than the roots, burdock seed often provide the novice wise woman with her first means of meeting the great green ally burdock. Use burdock seeds as a loving friend to your urinary system and as a smooth touch. Dose of burdock seed tincture, 20 to 160 drops a day in water, or an infusion, 1/2 to 3 cups, 125 to 750 milliliters a day. So, burdock seeds are a loving friend to your urinary system. Burdock seeds are cherished the world round for their unfailing ability to strengthen and encourage kidney action. The diuretic action of 1 cup of cold infusion is prompt and remarkable. Oof, I do not want that. For me, not good for me. But if that's something you need, 1 cup is great. Use burdock seeds as part of your wise woman nourishment when helping yourself or others heal chronic urinary and kidney problems, including dropsy, cystitis, and an irritated or weak bladder. Try sipping a cup of cold infusion throughout the day or take it all at once or drink a cup of any liquid with a dropper full, 25 to 30 drops of burdock seed tincture. So I guess if you don't like the taste, you can just get it done. Burdock seed not only increase urine flow, but also reduce urinary tract inflammation, soothe bladder, kidney, and urethral irritation, relieve scalding and burning irritation, and help remove mucus and infection from the entire urinary system. So it sounds great. It sounds like something that would be really great if you had like an infection, urinary tract infection, to add with your your like cranberry and other stuff that you take for urinary tract infection. You know, cranberry pills, cranberry juice, no sugar, cranberry juice, and then something called Dimianos is really good for that as well. But that's just what I do. But I don't get that. I haven't gotten one in years. Knock on wood. So, those troubled with water retention during the latter part of pregnancy, while simple or associated with kidney stress or prolapsia, can be helped with wise woman ways and burdock seed infusion or tincture. Take care. The getting them going approach of burdock is not helpful in the early stages of pregnancy. Though no means an abortifacient, fresh burdock used in significantly large amounts will initiate menstruation. Before any burdock uses in the first trimester of pregnancy is therefore any burdock uses in the first trimester of pregnancy is contraindicated for women with a history of miscarriage. Okay, so that's interesting. Burdock seeds are a smooth touch. And we did already read the burdock page from the herbiary. I'm going to check, because I just feel like reading one book. There's another book. I had to turn these books up this way. They kept falling. Yep, this is the one I want. Yeah. Kept falling over. Wow. Let's see. I believe that burdock is in here. Aha. So we are gonna. So we're done. Well, we're not done with the seeds, but I myself am getting a little antsy. So we'll come back to that and we'll finish the seeds before we finish. But this is Billy Joe Tatum's Wild Food Field Guide and Cookbook. And it was written in the 80s. So it's a tiny bit outdated in some of its recipes. When was it made? You can still get it. Sorry, 76. So it's 43 years old. And it talks about, it has a lot of recipes in the back, and it talks about wild foods and how to cook them, as well as a little bit of how to identify them. So I thought it'd be really neat, because we're talking about burdock as a food, to read a little bit more about harvesting it. Still younger than me. it's a year older than me. So, yeah. So I thought that would be neat. So, so it's got some of the other common names are great burdock, common burdock, clotbur, beggar's button, gobo, wild gobo, cockle, and harlock. Next month you'll be 53. Awesome! Well, happy birthday early. Yeah. Oh, I'm still younger than you. Oh. Only by 11 years. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Okay. So this is where to find it. And I think we went over some of this for Susun Weed, but in waste places along roads and railroads and around dwellings throughout most of the United States and Canada, except for the Deep South, the Southwest, and the Eastern Great Lakes region. So it is here. Oh, your wedding anniversary, 25 years. Well, congrats. Awesome. We're on 13 that we've been together, but only official for a year. Official. Legally. So, but I don't, it's been 13 years, so. So Deep South, I don't think it covers us because burdock grows here. So maybe like in Florida, or farther south. Parts used, of course, leaf, early spring, stalk, spring and summer, root, spring and summer, flower, stems, summer. How used? Fresh, eaten raw or cooked, frozen, and canned. So that's interesting. You got married on your birthday. That's nice. My mom, their wedding anniversary is like in the same month as my mom's birthday. I think she did that so she could easily remember it. So it's got this, I like this book. It's got this picture here. It's a burdock. Will it focus? Focus. I need my. It's not really focusing. Hubby forgets double trouble. Oh, definitely, Pansy. Holy cow. I'm sure he's got that like date marked down by now. Great burdock has the largest leaf of any greens used for the pot. At maturity, the leaf is often as large as a dinner plate. And I had heard that also people sometimes use the leaves as like little wraps, like burrito wraps, because they're so big. I think you can eat them. We haven't gotten to the leaf yet in Susun Weeds yet. It is dark green on top, and the underside is grayish green, and it is soft as a lamb's wool. It is the new texture as well as the new taste that makes burdock welcome in our assortment of greens for the pot. When picking leaves, take only the small young spring leaves. Burdock is a biannual plant, and that reproduces by seed only. Its large taproot lives through one winter and produces new leaves and a flower stalk the second year. The flower stalk on second-year plants is edible. Great burdock may reach 10 feet. Common burdock is at most 6 feet tall. The best way to locate this plant, which is often a bothersome weed, is to look for last year's seed stalks with their heads full of burrs. So we have great and common. He took vacation time already for it. I bet he did. Yep. So, yeah. Well, I hope you guys do something fun. You know. Then watch for the new growth in the spring. When cooking the leaves, add soda to the first cooking water. Then finish the cooking with fresh water. Give the same treatment to the flower stems picked when young, before they show color. Strip off the rind, which is bitter. Then cook the pith, which is delicate, tasting somewhat like celery. Getting the edible taproot to the top of the ground is quite a feat, as they grow deep and are brittle. In April or May, after leaves have begun to grow, and preferably after a heavy rain, choose first-year plants. Those with flower stalks are second-year plants, and the roots are too tough to eat. The best tool I've found for digging burdock is a sharpshooter spade or shovel, which is a long, tapering blade. When digging, start about 6 inches away from the base of the plant and make a circle of deep cuts all around. Then lift the root and shake off the soil. Now split and remove the outer layer of the root. Inside is a smooth white core, crisp, crunchy, and tasty, enough to devour on the spot. Try it in a salad. Is it soda water, as in soda water or baking soda? Add soda to the first cooking water. I think it's baking soda. But let's see if she has recipes in the back. Yeah. Dandelion salad. You know, I don't know. And she doesn't say why. Hey, Marge, how are you doing? Yeah, the white tigers, I think, are in bed. Coca-Cola pansy? I mean, have you ever heard anyone add soda to a leaf? I don't think I know enough. So yeah, so that's a little bit about burdock from this book. Had a fire alarm check tonight. Oh no. Is that why you're up? I hope everything is fine. Oh, those are scary. So yeah, so thank you for letting me sort of go into this book. It's one of my favorite books. I like it also because like it has things like butternuts that you can't find anymore hardly. Oh, okay, so you're up. It's only 8:46 Mountain. And I like it too. I mean, I'll probably talk more about this book at some point, but it's also divided up. If you're a forager, you know, you can see all of the like plants for these are all the plants for spring. that you can find growing, and it's divided into seasons, so that's cool. But and then this is the oaks. They have some tree stuff. So it's just a real cool old book that you can still find. I think the information is still good. So, but yeah, I don't know. You should, I guess you should try cook. Oh, wait. Aha. Okay, I found it. So here's some burdock recipe. Oh boy, burdock root patties, but burdock. Okay. The basic cooking method for all parts of the burdock is the same. To cook the peeled roots, the flower stems, or the washed and dried young leaves, place the plant part in a saucepan and cover with water. Add a teaspoon of baking soda per quart of water. Bring the water to a boil and pour off. The water will turn very green. Cook with fresh water and boil until the vegetable is tender. Leaves will be done in a few minutes. Stems or roots will take longer, up to 15 or 20 minutes. The use of the soda in cooking vegetables is looked upon with disfavor by nutritionists, but in the case of burdock, it is helpful in breaking down the fibers of the plant and making it more tender. So that's cool. Oh yeah, sorry, Marge. This one here, it's Billy Joe Tatum's Wild Food Field Guide and Cookbook, and it's like 43 years old. So some of the information is a little outdated, but if you're going out and foraging for wild foods, I think it's a really great book. And we were talking about burdock, so I just sort of switched over into it for some more, just like a different book. And I was having a little ADD moment, so I'm like, ugh, just keep reading. Let's read something else. So that is on page 140. I have a bookmark here. North Carolina Ginseng and Golden Seal Company. Burdock root patties. 4 cups sliced burdock root, pre-cooked, like I just described. 1/2 cup sliced wild onions or leeks. An egg, breadcrumbs, and 1 tablespoon fresh parsley, finely chopped butter for frying. So she uses like butter and like, all kinds of stuff. So it's not vegetarian or vegan or anything, but you could sort of change up the recipes. That sounds really good. Anyway, burdock root in brandied orange sauce. Glazed burdock slices. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Marge, Junebug, make sure you check out this Christmas tag 2019 VR. Okay. If you want, I responded in text. Okay, I will check it out. I have like a tag list, like a list of tags for me, like to do. It's very long. But I'm like, hey, if I ever needed like a video to do, yeah, so I wish I could do so many more videos than I get a chance to do, but oh yes, I did that tag. It's fun. And it's Willow Creek, Yvette's daughter. Okay, well, I'll check it out. There's I've been trying to put up my 10 days of 10 things I'm thankful for. There's supposed to be like 1 a day, but it's not going to be. So, but I'm almost done. I'm like, oh, we're halfway done. So I'm doing that. I found that book in Thrift Books. Yeah, $3.99 to $4.25. Yeah. So it's not going to be very expensive. And it's still in print. Like, it's just still going around. So yeah, It is. It's hard to make a video every day. It is, definitely. Well, I filmed them all, but it's just editing. And like the last one, like I'm learning a new editing program. So the last one took me like 2 hours and it's 4 minutes long. So, so this is what Billy Joe Tatum looks like. Let's see. You want to, this is another book here. It's an old book. My parents got me this one. Actually, I got a second copy to mess with. So this is not the first. This is Nature's Healing Arts from Folk Medicine to Modern Drugs. This does not have the jacket on it. But this is what Billy Joe Tatum looks like. That's her. And she's getting, I don't know what she's getting here, but so very 70s. This book was also made in the 70s, and they have a lot of cool, like, this is her too. Look at, isn't it beautiful? Like where she is. Yeah, they have a lot of, it's a little bit of some history about how people used to use the herbs. This is another like herbalist lady, and I just really love this. Look at all her herbs, and look at her, she's getting mullein. Like, yeah. So it's a neat book. My parents picked it up at like at a yard sale or something. And yeah, so I started making a book with it, like a tangerine book. But so I have 2 copies of that. That's Billy Joel. Editing is hideous. I'm surprised no one does the editing. Rachel does the job. I think they do. I think some people do. Looks like Willow Wind's house, jar upon jar. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. 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 It just, you just want to jump into the picture. We're really kind of off Susun Weed's topic here, but this is her too. She's Arkansas native Billy Joe Tatum samples wild honey taken from beehive. Used for millennia, this vitamin-rich food forms a basic ingredient of many folk remedies. So this is, yeah. I think my parents got me this book as well, so I hadn't heard of this book either because it's like super old. But the plants themselves don't change, like they don't change. So I wish I had those shelves though, Marge. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Okay, so that's our little time away from Susun Weed during this time is the Empress. Yeah, definitely. Right, the Mother Earth. So Tangerine deleted her site. Her BOS tutorials are all gone. I know she did, and yeah, I'm gonna miss her a lot. So yeah, I watched all the BOS ones, and those were really great. So I got inspired, but I didn't get too far. But I have done other stuff. Yeah, so that's as far as I got with that one. I wanted to do some sort of herbal book and everything else. Oh, you didn't watch them? Oh no, I'm so sorry, Marge. Yeah. So she takes a book. Oh, they're amazing. She told you how to like take this. Some of the books she had to take some pages out because they would be too big. It wouldn't close. Like she like removed part of the spine, the inside stuff. I mean, she just did so much with these books. And you start with a book that you like, a hardcover, and you, like I painted it. I started painting it black. So it has to be hardcover, and you can get anything, like really. But I wanted to do the herbal one because, and then, yeah, so I just started painting it black with black paint. And then, of course, I wanted to, you can keep what you want to keep of the book. This lady with her pet monkey. But anyway, yeah, there's no way I could really, But I am sure that there are other people doing similar things on YouTube that you can find, even if you missed her tutorials. I just wish she had kept it up or kept it on private or not totally deleted it. But, she's got to do what she's got to do, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to miss her. So I think I'm not alone. And she joins me for book club. She's one of my peeps. So we got the tiny book club gang. So we're on Burdock Seeds, our Smooth Touch 101. Susun Weed. I'm going back to Susun Weed. I have so many scans to post on the book club. Oh my gosh. Okay. So much information for you guys. Burdock loves impeccably smooth skin and lustrous, thick hair. What a powerful ally to have when you want to create them or prevent them from fading with advancing age. The hot infusion made by grinding 35 to 40 seeds and steeping in a cup of boiling water until cool enough to drink is taken by half cup full up to 6 times a day. In addition to using this for everyday beauty, try to break a fever, cool off a steaming system, and try to help prevent skin damage in those with excessive burns, acne, eczema, eruptive diseases such as chickenpox, oh my gosh, chickenpox, measles, and typhoid. Burdock seed tincture, 20 to 40 drops taken 4 times a day, is more convenient than infusions and just as effective when helping yourself or others heal chronic skin and joint problems. Burdock seed tincture, often in conjunction with burdock leaf poultice, is a wise woman favorite in many parts of the world for helping those with inflamed joints and extremities for gout. By increasing the urinary output of uric acid, burdock seed also helps prevent bouts of gout. Those with chronic lung problems, especially due to smoking or chemical exposure, or with a nervous cough, also benefit from daily alliance with burdock seed. Burdock seed oil is used daily as a strengthening, nourishing tonic to the hair follicles. If your hair is thinning from stress. See, I have this issue where I'm having this issue that my hair has from stress. Yeah. Well, it's due to some other stuff, but it's when I was super sick, it was starting to, fall out. Not like where it was getting bald, but like just, and it's still sort of like not quite back to where it needs to be. Like it's just still feels real thin and everything else. You too, Marge. Okay. So it sounds like this is great. Burdock seed oil, used daily as a strengthening, nourishing tonic to the hair follicles. If your hair is thinning from stress, try this. Rub a cupped palmful of oil into your scalp, not hair. Cover with a hot, wet towel for at least an hour. Sheesh. Daily. Then shampoo. Oh, repeat once a week as needed. Those with hair loss and thinning due to lack of optimum nourishment, as well as are advised to include internal use of burdock, any part in addition to rubbing their heads. A facial steam from burdock seed infusion helps clear blackheads and whiteheads from the face. So cool. I gotta get me some burdock seed oil. I wonder if Mountain Rose Herbs has burdock seed. I'll have to look that up. Burdock seed oil strengthens and nourishes thinning hair during stress. Yes. Definitely, Marge. Yes. I shaved my head last year. Now it is growing weird. It likes to make little dreads and like wool. Uh-oh. So is it coming in kind of thin? Because I remember like my hair was doing that too. It was like dreading real bad. I mean, I've always had like super thick, great hair, but like this illness really, really impacted it. Oh, you use black walnut on your hair? Is that helpful for thinning as well? Or just for hair health? Rosemary is good too. I really wanted to do some sort of like hair tonic because Heather has issues with hair, and it sounds like you do as well, Pansy. And some of the herbs like nettle, and I know that rosemary is good for hair. You had thick hair too, yeah. So those are good for hair. Like thinning hair. Stuff for strengthening hair. Pansy, if you can find a shampoo with rosemary in it, or you can like add a few drops of rosemary essential oil, that might help as well. I don't know if you can find burdock seed oil. You might have to make it. It's like, whoa. Huh. Interesting. So it's like really thick, or kind of just kind of dry. It's never been like that before. The oil might really help. If I make an oil, though, it would be like 6 weeks. I'll be right back. Thick and dry, can't comb it out well. Huh. Interesting. Then definitely an oil would be good for your hair. You can probably just do like, hold on one second. Okay. Also do not, okay. So it knots up. So Mountain Rose Herbs doesn't have burdock seed. Check one thing. I'm just going to do a search, I guess. Oh, I think it's for planting, though. Yeah. Okay. It's for planting. And not so. Probably any kind of oil. Like, you could try. You like coconut? Or I'm trying to think of like a scent that you might like in your hair. You know, that you could just sort of leave in your scalp for a little bit, to help with the dryness. So, you know, it's winter, that's not helping, but that's what I would say. Because the burdock seed oil is going to be hard to find. And I have some, haven't tried it yet. So yeah, like if or even like sunflower oil, because that doesn't have a lot of scent. But you know, just like rub it into your scalp like she's describing, but just use a different oil. Yeah, rub a capped palmful of oil into your scalp, cover with a hot wet towel for an hour, and then shampoo. So, well, my friend has a ton of burdock in her garden. So it's possible this year I can get a hold of some seed, which would be cool to make some oil. And then also like definitely rosemary. You could do like that won't help the dry bits, but it's just good for your hair. So you could even put some rosemary essential oil in a water in a spray bottle, or put some drops in your shampoo. Look, it's how. Yeah, I know. See, it's all messy up in there. Hats hide everything. All right, so it's 11:10. I'm gonna read about the leaf because we are almost done with burdock, and then we will be done, and then we'll only have one more herb to do, and then we're gonna do like a wrap up, and that's it. So, and then we'll be on to something new, which would be really cool. Okay, so the leaves are vulnerary and also a tonic. Dose of fresh burdock leaf tincture, 10 to 100 drops a day in water. Dose of fresh burdock leaf tea, 1/2 to 4 cups, 125 to 1,000 milliliters a day. So burdock leaves are a knuckle buster fixer. Fresh burdock leaves fix busted knuckles and virtually every other knuckle abrasion, eruption, or mishap your exterior covering will encounter. This tough fighter is knowledgeable in the ways of healing wounds, not making them. Try a hot, fresh burdock leaf poultice to relieve, repair, and resolve your inflamed wounds, sprains, swellings from broken bones, bruises, leg ulcers, bed sores, and red sores are really bad. Joint aches, boils, cystitis, mastitis, eye irritations, conjunctivitis, and sighs. So something good for conjunctivitis is also chickweed. Fresh bruised burdock leaves frequently help soothe and heal your hot and irritated skin when troubled by poison ivy. Cool. Poison oak, heat rash, prickly heat, scalds, burns, and ulcers. An old wives' cure for those with excessive burns includes dressing the burns with fresh raw milk and covering it with burdock leaves, in addition to other Wiseman ways of encouraging health. Wholeness, holiness. Try a burdock vinegar poultice, and it's in the recipes, when helping yourself or others with scurvy, ringworm, painful joints, backaches, varicose veins, and swollen legs. Two plants I don't want in my collection. What, burdock? Oh, poison ivy? No. Definitely not. And the burdock leaves are cooler, and it says, you bet. Internally, burdock leaf tea made by steeping fresh leaves for several hours cools the internal works and increases your ability to deal with elevated temperatures, burning tissues, hot situations, and all manners of irritation. Intensely bitter leaf, taken hot and seasoned with tamari, strongly affects the sebaceous oil, the oil glands, and the sweat glands of the skin and scalp, encourage precipitation, relieves irritated liver disorders, brings on menstrual flow, eases pounding headaches, and soothes burning stomach pain. The same brew is used with wise one ways to help those clear lingering coughs, pertussis, any hard, dry cough, and coughs associated with smoking. When you're hot under the collar and pissed off, try a dropper full of fresh burdock leaf tincture and chill out. Yes, poison oak and ivy. I agree. Okay, so that's it. We are done with burdock. And I know I haven't listed any recipes up. I've got a bunch of stuff to list up. But our last plant will be kelp. And I think she's going to talk about other seaweeds. Yes. So that's our last one about seaweed. It's page 213. Dulse, kelp, seaweed is supposed to be really good for you. It seems like an all-around useful root. It does. Burdock does sound like useful root, and you can use. Oh, I lost my place. You can use a bunch of parts of it. You can use the root, the leaf, the stem, and the seed, which is great. There's a lot of information in these little pages. So, and it's not a plant that I've worked with a lot. But, oh, she has instructions on how to soak and parboil burdock as well. Okay. So, seems like an all-around, yeah. Not a wasteful plant. You can use it all. You can use it all. And then the only issue are the little burrs of the second-year plant. That kind of get everywhere. So I'm gonna actually read this bit because it's talking about cooking it, and we've been talking about that a lot. So it's page 104. Collect burdock seeds in the fall, soak them overnight, drain and sprout like radish or alfalfa seeds for fresh, bitter bite in winter salads. Collect burdock leaves that are small as your hand, preferably from first-year plants. Parboil as below. I'm going to get to that. No need to soak. Serve with vinegar to cut the bitterness, or try in place of dandelion in any of the dandelion green recipes. Italian, Scandinavians, and French enjoy the bitter taste so much they put young leaves in salads and soups. Larger leaves take place of aluminum foil. That's what I was thinking of when I was talking about the wraps. So you could actually use this in place of aluminum foil when cooking fish, game, potatoes, and so on in a campfire coals. Isn't that cool? Gardening gloves. Yeah, you probably need them, and they just get all over you, and they're little tiny. Like, I always thought of them as like big burrs, but the ones I encountered were just they got over you. They're little fluffy things. And maybe it's because it was later on in the season. So the long leaf stalks, best picked when a handspan or less in length, are good in chicken fried burdock. Rub wool off and cut in small pieces before parboiling as below. Add cooked pieces to omelets, quiches, and casseroles. Use first-year burdock roots only, or roots collected early in spring or of the second year. If the peel is tough, remove it, though it is not bitter and can be eaten. So in Billy Joe, she suggested removing that bit of the stalk. And the taste of the root is sweet. The texture is a little sticky. Soak and parboil as below. If very young, burdock roots can be grated into salads or cooked in the fast root. I think those are recipes. Ooh, she's got a recipe. Let's see here. Yeah, the fast root. My dog comes in with burrs on his coat, sometimes from going under the bush at the end of the yard. Yeah, so you know what they are. Pansy, yeah, definitely. They can be annoying. So these recipes sound really good, and I've definitely got to post them up so everyone can, if you get a chance to try them. So in the fast root, without parboiling, dried burdock root can be added to beans, rice, soups, or stews. Burdock root mixed with equal amounts of dandelion root and sprouted grain, all dark roasted and ground, makes a popular coffee substitute. There's a coffee substitute called Dandy Blend. So are you posting them on Facebook? I am, Marge. I am I'm behind, but yes, I'm posting. I'm in our Facebook group. I think you're joined. But if you haven't, there's a link somewhere down there in the very long list of links that I keep adding. Yeah, I'll try to post. I'm trying to post all the recipes. I have to scan them in first, of course. So people can have the recipes, and also probably this information here on how to cook the roots. And the burdock seems like more of like a food than any of than some of the other plants we've been talking about. It has medicinal values, but like I feel like really like it's been like we're talking about food. Collect burdock flower stalks as they emerge while flowers are still unfolding and well before green burrs are visible. Take care to peel all the bitter skin off. Basically, just the pith is sweet enough to eat. Eat raw with salt or soak and parboil as follows. Taste texture resembles broccoli. I think that's for the advanced person to do the flowers. So this is to soak and parboil burdock. Preliminary step in many of the following recipes. After harvesting and cleaning cut roots or stalks into pieces and soak in water with a splash of vinegar added. So I think she's adding vinegar instead of the baking soda. Is it baking soda? Yeah, it's baking soda. I would use the baking soda because I can't do vinegar, but a 15-minute bath prevents discoloration, speeds cooking, and helps the burdock return a crisp succulence even after cooking. Meanwhile, boil a quantity of water. Put soaked burdock roots or stalks or fresh, very young leaves into half the boiling water and cook for 10 to 20 minutes. Drain, then cook in the other half of the boiling water. Eh? Okay. Another 10 to 30 minutes. Drain. Serve dishes or try the following recipes. Extra store at cool temperatures for up to a week. Yeah, so she doesn't recommend doing the baking soda at all. This vinegar is just for like coloration and crispness. So you can try it both ways. But yes, okay. So, but there is a chicken fried burdock stock, which is basically burdock stalks, tamari, egg, nutritional yeast, and olive oil. Burdock and rice, Japanese sweet and sour gobo, the fast root, which is the burdock, carrots, parsnip, tamari, herbed burdock stock marinade. Interesting. Spring tonic soup, summer flush supper. Neat. The spring tonic soup has things like onion, olive oil, burdock, dandelion, yellow dock, seaweed, carrot, potatoes, of course. So, yeah, I'm glad you got the book too, Pansy. There's a lot of good information in it and a lot of stuff that's all packed down. You know, like I'm going over it kind of sometimes fast, sometimes not. Although we have been with this book for like 8 months. So, yeah. So, I will try to get it posted up. I don't know when. I also have to post up the oat stuff too, because I'm behind in that. But next you girls start the seaweed. So get your seaweed, I don't know, seaweed ready. And we'll talk about that. And I did post a lot of questions down in the description, and those are going to be for our last meetup for this book. So if you guys want to look over those and oh, you love seaweed. Awesome, Marge. I am not a fan, but it is very good for you. I know that. There's a lot of things that it does. Yeah. So yeah, we got some more hard-hitting questions. Or you're not a fan either, D? No. But we can still learn about it. And everything. So maybe it's in a pill. I don't know if they make it in a pill. You could probably put it in a pill. They have the capsules, and you can even buy like a tiny capsulation machine that's like really cheap, and then you could just grind up your seaweed in a coffee grinder to a powder, and then put in the capsules, and there you go. You want to taste it? Yes, I still would want to learn about it. Yes. Yeah. And then Panda says she's never had it. I also haven't had it. I'm not a fan of the seafood. So, but all right. So that was a little meandering. There's a little more. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if she has stuff about the seaweed. But if she does, I can. She's got mushrooms in here. It's really good, but she might. So we can read that. I'm getting this. Yeah, cool. Okay. There's a. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a capsulization. Yeah. Yes, D. Yeah. I think it's like, I don't know. I've seen it for like $20 or something. I've seen like a small thing. I've never used that. But because I can't take pills, I'm not really good at taking pills, so I avoid them, or I open them and do the powder. So, Kansas, I use my coffee grinder to make. Yeah, you can use a coffee grinder. Works really well. I just have one, for herbs, so it's like 20. I don't know. It's like what? Very cheap at like Walmart or something. You can get it online probably. So, yeah. I'm sure you can get the capsulization machine online. I saw it in my little health food store. So, yeah, check it out if you do pills. If you want to make your own pills, you can get, gelatin or like plant-based capsules as well if you're vegan or vegetarian. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me on this night rambly. We're going to be on part 32, which is trucking to the end. Yeah. So if you got any like kelp questions or kelp facts, seaweed questions, seaweed facts, bring them next week. And if I stumble upon anything between that time, of course, we're going to do the famed Seaweed Speaks and Walks, and this one is a poem, so that should be fun. My grinder was $2 at a yard sale. Yeah. So they're very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. All right. So everyone have a good night, a good evening. And I'll see you guys next week. At same time probably. So, alrighty. Oof. At night is a good time, but sometimes I'm super tired and rambly. Anyway. Yes, good night, Mars. Thank you for joining us. So, all right, guys. Yes, good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, Dee. Good night, Pansy. And good night, Heather. I hope you're having some good sleep. Yeah. So until next week. Bye. Good night.